is gone, we're going to just be a bunch of brown poor people. Our identity is the land. That's why we still are who we are, because we have a land base. And the struggle is going to go on one generation to the next as long as we have a land base. This started for us months ago when our thippos started coming back. Our tribal historic preservation officers come back telling us they're going to expand the road in East Rochford Road that goes through the heart of Peshla, and they're going to blacktop it. So everyone was kind of, talking about environmental impact statements and all of that, and kind of put it off to the back burner. Then we came down because we were fighting another cause for our Alder Vern Traversy, which some of you have his shirts on, and we're sitting here talking about civil rights in the Eaglestadt parking lot, and Peshla came up again. So we start talking about what we have to do to help stop this road from being blacktopped and expanded. Take it back to council and throw out Peshla there again and kind of put back to the back burner. Then I buy a Native Sun News, and right on the front page is Rodney Bordeaux, and it says the nations only have till August 25th to come up with $10 million because Peshla is on the auction block. So as we start, gathering everyone, and the journey began at Buffalo Creek on the east of our reservation out towards Blackfoot. Just right where the buffalo come down to that creek, our buffalo herd comes down to that creek, we met there. We had thippos there, Phyllis Young was there, we had folks from Sisseton there, all kinds of grassroots people started organizing. So that kind of leads you up to this point of the timeline. And if I ever get removed from the IRA government, it's going to be because they're going to impeach me for speaking too much. Because they always try to gag order me, but I feel that I have an obligation to the Cheyenne River Oceti to speak the truth, to be honest, and to always let you guys know what's happening. And if we don't start uniting and coming together as people, then people are going to continue to walk all over us. It doesn't matter if we're from Cheyenne River or we're from Arizona or for New York or from our sisters and brothers up in Canada. We have IRA telling us they want to do this. We have different treaty groups telling us they want to do this. We have very respectable medicine and spiritual leaders telling us they want to do this. And everybody has a different thing that they want done. And all I'm asking for you guys to do is to take it back to whoever your spiritual leaders are, for your treaty council, your IRAs, and let's come together. Thursday, it got, some people went to Laura Brule and they sent me to Rapid City, and when I went to Rapid City, I thought I was going to be in a room full of other elected officials, but it wasn't. It was Mark Van Norman, Gay Kingman, myself, Terry Pachota, and Ike Schmidt from the Tribal Land Enterprise. And there they had negotiations too with the realtor. That realtor was there. So from there they decided what was going to happen and who was going to sign these papers. So they went back to the conference calls and they got everyone on and they signed them papers and they submitted them. And they said, no, we got one more person that came in. So the tribes came back again on a conference call. By then, I was on all the conference calls, but here my son, he went missing for over 13 hours, so we were out searching, and I didn't get on them last conference calls because my son was out missing, and they came out and they told me I couldn't speak anymore to the press or anyone. So I said, you know what, I've been asking for 2 weeks now, faithfully. Who's going to be the people signing off on this? Who's going to be the Great Sioux Nation spokesperson, and who's going to be the ones to back these loans that we're going to have to come up with the other half of the money? Who's going to do that? And them were some of the questions that we needed our other tribal leaders to be on the phones to do. So they did that. They got it together at the last, and here is Peshla. It's no longer on the market. It's going to belong to all of you guys. All of you.
We are here to talk about a sacred place, a place called Peshla in the Black Hills. Peshla is the center of the Black Hills. It is our Garden of Eden. The Lakota Dakota are negotiating to purchase Peshla, known to the Washijus as Reynolds Prairie and translated Bald Spot. Peshla is where our stars fell, which is where there is a bear or bald spot in the Black Hills. Peshla represents our beginning, our birthplace. It represents the power of women, the power of water that comes from the 7 stars. It's the relationship between the Lakota Dakota and the Star Nations. As we know it, the stars are the holy breath of the Great Spirit, Onia of Wakantanka. This action to keep Peshla is a responsibility to our generations, our duty to our spirituality, to our freedom of religion and our birthright. This action is not for economic gain or political control. Peshla will remain a cultural and ceremonial place. Lakota Dakota, it is our duty, our obligation to uphold our cultural beliefs and connections to Mother Earth and the universe. Lila Wopila to the individuals and those who answered our call, the men, women, Ojis, tribal and spiritual leaders who motivated this spiritual quest to keep our sacred place. Lila Wopila to the tribal organizations and tribal nations who committed millions of dollars for this transaction, and a special Wopila to the Reynolds family. For Lakota Dakota, there is only a beginning, there is no end. And so as we continue and renew our belief systems and our ceremonies, Lehichiape, we urge our people to go to this sacred place, to pray, to do our ceremonies, to honor our women, to teach our children, to honor our water, and to honor all Lakota. Lehichiape, continue as human beings to contribute and share our life systems with the world and the universe, so peace at a bare spot, Peshla, becomes a universal symbol of peace everywhere. Lila Wopila to my ancestors for keeping this sacred belief for the next generations. That's my